Last time I woke up and heard this starting, it was at 7. And it's been pretty steady. Well, I guess it did have some warnings about this. Yesterday I ran into people who were saying that stuff like this might happen. And then they were also going, well, today it was supposed to snow and yesterday it was supposed to... It's like, what? What? It's like, okay, well... When I looked at the weather forecast before I left, today was supposed to be bad. But that was it. After that, it was showing partly sunny again. So now that this is happening and they've been talking about snow, I'm using my Garmin InReach to send away for weather. I don't think it's going to give me good news. And I think I have to take this seriously. So I have 3 full days, including today, to get out of here. I think I have to assume that tomorrow I'm going to wake up and there's going to be a bunch of snow. There's no way today I can get over Dolomite. I mean, I am not someone who can do, let's see, it'd be at least 32 kilometers and I'd be going over Dolomite. And I'd be going over Dolomite. It's not just Dolomite, it's Dolomite. And then you stay in the Alpine for a while. You know, going by, I think it's Helen Lake and Catherine Lake. Yeah. So, I'm not going to get over Dolomite Pass today. I should probably, I mean, I'll make a game time decision. But there's a good chance I'm going to try and go to Siffleur Falls. I mean, tomorrow I got to think that, you know, I got to try and act as if like there's going to be 4 inches of snow on the ground. Because, yeah. I can't figure out how to set this tent up. I did as good as I could, as good as I know how. It looks like that far peg let go. And so, no, it didn't. Which one did? That one didn't either. It just got really loose. I don't know why. What went wrong? Why is this coming down like that? Because it is coming down like that, I have pools of water here. Ugh. Let's see here. Let's see if I pull this. Pull the bathtub a little higher. Would that have helped? No. I don't like this tent. You know, it got little holes. There's already 4 little holes in it. Now, I attribute that to maybe I was a little too rough with it. I mean, I'm used to a sturdy tent. But, yeah, $1,000 I paid for this tent. I regret my purchase. And tomorrow I might wake up in 4 inches of snow. It might be lying on top of me. Who the hell knows? God, I'm a moron. I thought I had 3 pairs of underwear. I didn't want that puddle of water to go and like as soon as I take down the tent, then that puddle of water goes everywhere and makes the whole bathtub all wet, right? So I was like, okay, I'll take a pair of underwear. I have 3 pairs, and I'll wipe it up. I don't have 3 pairs. I have 2. So today I'm going to wear the one I have on. That'll get wet, and then here we have the other one. It's wet. So all my underwear is wet by the end of the day. Oh, I'm not starting out very well here. Well, this thing just came back and told me that tomorrow is 70% chance of snow. There's no way I can get out of here in one day, so I think I'm stuck with it. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. Doesn't seem that bad right now, at least. The clouds aren't that low. And it's never raining as hard as what you think it is in the tent, right? Well, I gotta take proper stock, right? I got a tent that leaks. I'm gonna have wet underwear by the end of the day. These frog togs will probably be torn to pieces by the end of the day. That was to be expected, that part. But it has kind of stopped raining for the moment. I have 3 solid days. I have 3 days of food. Hey, you know, things aren't too bad. I got 12 hours of daylight to work with today. Well, more like 10. In that sense, I wish it was like mid-July, then I could just hike and do stuff till like 10 o'clock. I saw one guy do that route to Siffleur Falls on Facebook, Richard Brown. He talked about high crossings, but he also talked about that in like early July when things are high water. And he still made it. But the guy is a tough cookie. I've seen him do some really tough stuff. But it is doable, you know? But honestly, that's all I know. That's all I know. I know it doesn't go over, it follows Dolomite and Siffleur. It basically follows the Siffleur River all the way to Highway 11, Siffleur Falls. You know, it's part of that trail. That's all I know about it. Gotten to the point now where I can break everything up into a food bag and a garbage bag. That's always very satisfying to do that. In addition to some of the extra difficulties of going out Siffleur River, I have to hitchhike around in my car. Now, what if there is kind of a snow event? First of all, Jasper National Park's closed. Like, not many people are going, you know, people are doing the through drive, but still, traffic's gonna be reduced. I don't know how easy it's gonna be for me to hitchhike from Highway 11 all the way down to Lake Louise. That's a long time. That's a long hitchhike. I mean, I may end up waiting there for ages, and then I just finally have to catch a ride going the other direction, right, towards Red Deer. And now you're really talking about a hitch. Now you're talking about multiple hitchhikes. I mean, at that point, it might be like, okay, you know what? Just bring me to the bus station in Calgary. You know, like if I can, or drop me off wherever in Calgary. I'll take the bus. I'll get to some kind of somewhere, and I'll take the bus to Lake Louise. I mean, that might be where I end up. Hey, I got 3 full days. I can figure this out, right? I got time. All right, just taking the tent down. I left my poles at 120. Usually you put them up to around, I think it's 122 and a half or something. I don't know if that would have made a difference, but I don't know. In order for these things to work, you have to set it up bloody flawlessly. Let's look around. It's a very unique spot. I've never seen something like that at a backcountry spot. All right, I did not get out. I mean, I rolled out of bed, it was like 9:30 this morning. Well, I mean, I still need to take care of my body, right? Make sure I get the proper sleep. There is argument for I should have got out of bed at 6 a.m. and done as much as I could today, but you know. Whew. All right, so it's 11:15. Made sure I did all my morning chores. Like I said, I got to take care of myself. I make sure the food is in there and all that fun jazz. And first thing I got to do is go 7 kilometers to the crossing, the major crossing, and then it's big decision time, even though I kind of already feel like I know what my decision is going to be. And nice thing about going up to the crossing is I know that warden has done a bunch of work on this trail up to this point. So this shouldn't be too bad. At least here's hoping it's not. The work that this warden did. I kept calling it a she yesterday, but could be a guy. I don't know. Who knows? Well, right away you break out. See what's around you. I'm trying to enjoy it at least a little bit, right? Alrighty. Trail is in amazing shape. I mean, someone came down and did a lot of work on this thing. I certainly can appreciate all the work that must have gone into it. Even like, I've even seen willows and alders shoved off to the side, cut off. So this be nicest trail I'm gonna have for the rest of my journey, I'd say. I'm grateful. It's nice. These frog togs, this rain gear, very lightweight, it's very cheap. They're very hot. They don't breathe at all. No pit zips, right? Because zippers, well, they add to expense, but they also add to the weight. So because of the hotness, I'm just gonna sweat and make myself wet with sweating anyway. I mean, there's no way to stay dry, right? Out in the backcountry, it seems like it's almost impossible. You either sweat or you get rainwater. What I'm gonna try is I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna shove it in my backpack where it'll stay dry. And maybe that'll, you know, maybe that'll help. As long as I'm not cold, right? We'll see how this works out. So in case that wasn't clear, now it's just my shirt, my frog togs. Let's experiment, see how this goes. Well, I can't really blame the warden for not cutting out all this crap. It's an awful lot of work, completely no fun. And I mean, I don't know, but maybe this stuff just comes all back in 2 years anyway, so. But ugh, it is, of course it's all wet and it's gonna get me wet and pretty quick. Hopefully there's not too much of it. That's pretty. Still dealing with willows and alders. Gone 2.4 kilometers so far. I think in about another kilometer I crossed the Siffleur River. Taking a little break. This is, I believe, the Siffleur River ford. It's actually not super clear way to cross, but I think it's that, or maybe this. Gotta take a break, gotta get water, right? It's tempting to just keep walking. You're wet, it's raining, but I won't beat this today. So I have to take care, again, I have to take care of my body, right? This wall again, this is a pretty awesome shot of it from here. Might as well enjoy myself, right? I want to make this a complete trudge. So the willows have already made my lower extremities wet. Sometimes they get high enough to actually hit my upper parts too, so that's a little bit sad. But you know, having that one layer off is working out okay so far. I don't feel cold and not too hot either, so yeah, you know, moving along, long way to go. It's a mushroom in a tree. Squirrels will put them up there to dry them out. Sadly, that's not going to help much today. Took a break. Now I see that I'm actually like maybe 500, 600, 700 meters away from the Dolomite Creek crossing. So that was a good push. The trail's been in decent shape, but I stopped seeing, a little while ago, I stopped seeing all trail work. So did they really like helicopter someone in to Siffleur campground? They cleaned up like 5-6 kilometers of trail. They did a lot of work. And then what, they hiked out or they helicoptered them out? It's just strange to me. Anyways. All right, I've arrived at Dolomite Creek. Someone made a crossing stick. This is where Stuart Howe. This is where he stayed a couple months ago, 6 weeks ago roughly, and they couldn't get across Dolomite Creek. They had to turn back. Not that bad little spot. Pretty cool little sign over here. When I talked to the parks about random camping, they discouraged me from staying here. And I wanted to stay here and make sure this crossing would be good in the morning, but no, they wanted me to stay at Siffleur. Anyway, right now it doesn't look bad. You can see at the point of reference when Stu was here was this rock. So I'm not sure, you know, go look at his video, see what that was like. This is not a crossing you want to mess with too early in the season, right? Obviously. There's a couple of YouTubers now that have really had a lot of problems with this. All right, I'm gonna have to write this stuff later because I'm having a lot of problems operating my phone right now so it gets wet. All right, and it came up to just below the knee. It didn't quite engulf the knee. So not bad. Right now, this thing is no big deal. It is raining though, a lot, and a couple more days of this, who knows? Okay. Let's get up here. Got ourselves a camera. Okay. Siffleur Wilderness, 1.5 kilometers. Well, I've just taken a little stroll down this trail. I don't love it. I'm having problems operating my phone too, you know, like putting your finger on a wet screen and trying to make it work. You dry the screen off, you have to dry your finger off. Honestly, I really thought about taking a quick walk over to the cabin. I mean, that's one of my main goals of this thing, was to see that cabin, but you know what? I don't think so. This trail, what happens when, you know, when I've got a few inches of snow on the ground, this trail is going to be difficult to follow. This is what I can expect for the next, it's probably 25 kilometers, at least. Woo, Jesus. I did see some cuts and stuff, but yeah, I mean, yeah. This would be much nicer in the snow, but Dolomite, Catherine, all that stuff, there could be 2 feet of snow up there. I mean, if there's 6 inches down here, up there, there's probably 2 feet. And I can't do that today. I can't get over, it's 25 kilometers from here. I can't do it. You know, like, I have to be realistic about my, yeah. Well, Dolomite Pass 16, Icefields Parkway 24. This stuff actually seems accurate. Maybe even undershooting. I thought I'd have my mind made up by now, but honestly, I'm thinking. Well, I'm kind of spooked. I'm kind of spooked by the crappy condition of this trail here. Showing 24 kilometers to Siffleur Falls, which is probably more like 30 when you're talking about, you know, 24 is as the crow flies. I think I should get my ass going. I want to get as much of this done as I can before there's 6 inches of snow on the ground. I'm not afraid of walking through the snow, not unless there's 2 feet. But I mean, following this, right? Actually following the trail, that could be a thing. Oh boy. I got myself in a little bit of a pickle. I mean, I'm 30 kilometers in the middle of nowhere, and I mean, there could be snow starting in 10 hours. Could start up tonight for all I know. Okay, well, it's a big decision moment, but I think I've made it. Let's go. There's already another crossing. That didn't take long. And someone put a whole bunch of trees across. That's kind of cute. I don't want to slip off those. Those will be slippery, so obviously I'm not bothering to take the shoes off. That's one nice thing about hiking in the rain. Your feet are already completely soaked, so don't waste any time messing around with shoes and socks and all that jazz. Well, cold hard fact is I have obstacles like this to deal with now, and the occasional tree to jump over. I do not know what kind of use the area gets, Siffleur Wilderness, as far as horse parties and such. This is still the national parks, but I mean, I can keep the hope up that the closer I get to Siffleur Falls, the better shape it's going to get, because there'll be more usage. Or maybe if I come to an intersection or two, I mean, there'll be horse parties that have come up that way. But fact is, I don't know. And I remember this on a map just being mostly a straight line. Like not many places to branch off. If there was places to branch off, then the horse parties, they go and they branch off there and they go someplace, wherever. I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't know Siffleur Wilderness very well. But yeah, in the meantime, things might change a little bit once I exit the park. For better or worse, I don't know, because I mean, the park might have come and done this. Right? I mean, technically they're the only ones who are legally allowed to, so see what's going to happen on the other side. Well, this one here I've actually taken off my pack. You can't jump trees in these things, that's the bottom line. And that's completely what I expected today. Frog trogs are great, but they're nice trail rain gear, right? Where the hell do they even get all these rocks? Like there's nothing obvious in the forest. Well, I had some of my hopes and dreams kind of quashed. I mean, you got this, yeah, great. Foot travel only. No hunting, no fishing. So there's not going to be any freaking horse traffic. And then what's this supposed to be, like a registry? No, what are you? Hello. Survivor dry box. Oh yeah. Well, I don't think you're going to do me any good. Bear ate my arm. So not a type to cycle the Siffleur. Wow, we know we did. Someone tried to cycle all this? Damn. Bern die Luft, Germany, July 21st, 2008. Someone has there, holy shit. Day 19 from Elk Lakes to Mount Robson, spectacular. Wow, what the hell, dude? July 22nd, 2018. Day 7, Rocky Mountain route. Banff, Hudson Hope. Almost there. Only 51 more days. Dana Bauer. 2008 again. People are just signing this thing. BA Trail Crew. Brew, Bill, Bob, Jenny, Sad, Clayton. August 25th, 2016. Recondite, Siffleur Crossing, yeah. Keith James, September 17th, 2018. Banff to Jasper in 4-day loops, okay. 2009 to 2013. All right. Oh. All right. It's just pencil. I don't see it lasting, but mark. I can barely even write. Mark of the trail. Oh man. What the hell have we got here? I don't even know what day it is. August 2024. Rain. All right, there you go. Okay, I'm gonna jump a freaking massive amount of trees. Things are much worse. That's the trail. I mean, I'm jumping stuff. It's almost constant. There's almost no sign of trail work. Back at this little crossing, I found this, which is a little bit amusing. It's actually one of the only reasons I knew to come over here. Old nabob pail. I'm thinking of turning back. How am I going to follow this in 6 inches of snow? And I mean, I'm not going to get super far today in this garbage. It really is. It's shit. Like the trees, it's already double as bad as it was on the park side. Like I said, I can't even find like evidence of trail work. Nobody is doing anything to keep this trail going. I don't know. And if I'm going to turn back, I need to make that decision. Like, I can't just keep walking. Well, then I get myself committed, right? See there, this is just brutal. It's brutal. This is a pickle. Boy, my options suck. They suck. So I endure a terrible trail for 2 days, at least 2 days, and try to follow it in 6 inches of snow. Or I take a chance that there'll be 2 feet of snow going over Dolomite Pass tomorrow. I can get as far as I can. I mean, that's not reliable, but I did see an old campground at the 14-kilometer mark. So that's 14 kilometers from the parking lot. So that's what I would have to do tomorrow. But there could be 2 feet of snow in Dolomite Pass. And I don't know the trail. I don't know where it goes. Oh man, my options are awful. This is the first time I really wondered if I might get helicoptered out. I mean, yeah. Oh my God, this trail is just, I keep showing it to you. It's not going to get any better, any worse. I mean, this is, that's god awful. When they shut down horse use going through, they must have known it would just completely die. Completely die. When you shut down horse use No one's coming down here to clean it up anymore. Brutal. Well, the last thing in the world I want is a helicopter ride out. And much as, even if I cannot find the trail in this, I can still work my way through it. What a horrible prospect. This for 2 days, at least 2 days. I mean, I have another 2 full days after this. I can hope it gets better, but I don't know. I don't know when it'll get better. It could be 20 kilometers before it gets better. It could be this for 20 fucking kilometers. This is unbelievable, man. Okay, well, I think it's time to steel myself. I mean, embrace the suck. I'm already basically walking in wet everything. And yeah, what else am I gonna do? I'll get as far as I can today. Just looking back, the trail did climb out of that mossy forest and got better. I'm still dealing with absolutely no trail clearing, no trail maintenance, and I have to think like at least a decade or 2. Go down here, get around all this. Yeah, it's gonna be, I think I'm gonna be fighting every 100 meters of this thing. It's gonna be a fight. Well, that easy to follow trail didn't last. I think I've lost the trail. I followed what animals had kind of done for a while, and I went into this mess. And now I see this down here. Not sure if that's man-made or what. Might be. This moss is killer. It's killer. This thing has climbed me a bunch too, above the river. So, and that really makes me question, right? Even back, God knows when, there's very little trail work that's been done on this thing. So I can't even it doesn't even seem to be a lot of cut trees and stuff for me to look for. At least that would be, a sign. You got this here, that could just be caused by a tree that fell and scraped it. Oh man, this is tough. All right, started heading back down to the river. I think I found it. This is a human cut. So I believe I'm on the trail again. I can start making decent time again. It's just that easy, Nice to see at least some kind of acknowledgement that I'm on the trail. I mean, it's hard to know if it's just a good game trail or the actual trail. All right. Man, I wonder where I'm going to end up tonight. How far I'm going to make it. This is pretty much just go until an hour before sunset roughly. Start looking for camp. A place to camp anyway. This thing about all the moss is probably camping. A lot of saw places to camp. But yeah, I mean, I want to get as far out of here as I can. Oh, to see how that works, right? Okay, right here-ish. Okay, there it is. I just gotta find my way past all these branches. Well, sometimes the trail's like this, and sometimes it's like this. These pants they're just, done is, yeah. They've actually become a nuisance because they keep coming down, then I have to pull them up, so I'm just gonna shed them. They're actually doing more harm than good now. I'm not even sure how far I've come because it's, like I said, it's tough to operate the phone, so I can't even check Maps Me, but I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to know how far it's been. It's been a lot of work, and there's probably been a depressing amount of distance. This is forest fire area. I didn't really think things could get worse, but they got worse. I've lost the trail because it's very hard to hold, and this moss and stuff, it was okay for a while, but you know what? The forest fire area might not be that bad. Maybe I should just start walking through it. Walking through this actually isn't too bad. I'm using my phone as a compass to try and, that the river comes right over like this, right? So I don't want to be just straight up following that, otherwise I'm adding more distance, which I certainly do not need. I seriously thought about turning back again, right? And even going through all that crap again. I have really put myself up against it doing this trail. Unbelievable. Okay, did I find the trail? Or did I find a cut line? It's just straight. Well, I'll take it. It's certainly, look how wide it is and everything. As long as it needs to start branching a little bit that way. But hell, in the meantime, I'll take it. It actually hasn't been bad walking through this, you know, forest fire recovery and that sort of thing. They're not all the same. I mean, a lot of times it sucks walking through a forest fire area, but not 100%, you know. Oh, this isn't bad. This almost looks like some kind of old road. Maybe it is a cut line. Maybe it's not the trail at all. See what happens here. Well, that got tougher, but comes right to here, and then it just ends. And I think the trail might keep going up here, and then I think that's a bit of a ledge, so it goes up and then across. At least that's the theory. This is the nicest direction to go anyway. All right, I'll try that. Oh man. Started thinking about, you know, like, where am I going to camp and stuff? I've seen very few appropriate camping spots. I mean, I'm not really near, Jesus, where is it? I'm not really near a time when I need to honestly start looking, but still. With this ledge, it was another cut line. And actually this one here joins up. You can kind of see, maybe this was an old exploration road. Maybe that's how the Siffleur got started. You can see here how straight it goes. Again, it's going the right direction. I'll follow it, get the distance. It doesn't look that bad. Some parts, like just even getting through this, it's crappy, it's ugly, but hey, you know, this is not too decent, you know, 300-400 meters. Absolutely, man, I'll take it. It's a shame, you know, I'm in really rare country. Very few people see this anymore, and I can barely enjoy it. All right, the clouds are just too low. Oh well. All right, man, I got, I don't know, a kilometer and a half out of that. Thank God. I mean, it wasn't all easy. Like, there's lots of stuff I had to jump over, but I just leaped over them. I was just so happy to get a bunch of distance. Just really helps the mental state. Okay, so go down here. I thought briefly I might be going up there, but no, I don't think so. On mass me, it just shows another straight line, like keep going, and then another straight line like that. So I'm really hoping that this seismic line, exploration road, or whatever just keeps going, because it is helping me out so much. Holy crap. Well, first things first, go down, cross that, we intercept the road. I think I can see a piece of it on the other side there. Okay, this is not a joke. Up there it breaks in two. I'm definitely gonna get up there and then it should be okay. But yeah, down here, this is no picnic, man. Starting to think the trail actually did come up here and down, because both of these were just raging, like up to my knee, a bit above my knee, and swift. So yeah, that's I actually had to dial it in a little bit. Okay, I think the exploration road keeps going over there someplace. Well, it's actually a third channel that breaks off down here. I haven't come across too many opportunities for water, so I filled up completely, and if need be, I can camp wherever I want. That would be enough water for me to make my supper, and then I could probably make my breakfast with that as well. I just skipped coffee. I wouldn't have enough money. I wouldn't have enough. Yeah, nice little rock pile. Wouldn't have enough water for that, but that's okay. So I can basically camp where I want now. Oh, okay. Awesome. So, found the other seismic line. And, I mean, if mass me is to be believed, it goes 4.3 kilometers, one direction. Oh, man. This is helping. All right, hopefully it's not too bad. I'm sure plenty of tree jumping, but it's not just, you know, like, this is also, it's clearly an old road. I keep thinking that anyway. And that means there's kind of a flat spot. And I can camp on this. Now, I mean, considering there's supposed to be snow tonight, I would rather camp with some cover, but as long as I'm in this forest fire area, that's not going to happen. But I got water, and now I got this line, and in 4.3 kilometers another straight line branches off. So hopefully I got these old exploration roads to follow until I get the hell out of here. Woo! Right? First sign of any people I've seen in a long time. I don't even know what you are. Some kind of reusable Ziploc bag? I guess so. Kind of useless now. Like a foot away from the reusable Ziploc bag, someone's utensils. You can see these things still have a lot of crap down across them. I'm still pretty happy. I don't have to think about where to go, all the zigzagging needed. I'm walking in a straight line towards my destination, and that's important. One thing though, after taking a good dip, actually past my knees, two of them, and those creek crossings, is I'm getting cold. The temperature's going to start to drop. I've been soaked for most of the day, good part of me at least. And yeah, you know, testing out my metal, how much steel I have in me. This is about as deep into the shite as I've ever been. I mean, not only am I on this crazy trail, but it's pouring rain, and I mean, it mostly hasn't stopped. Most of the day it has barely
barely let up. And then tomorrow I'm supposed to wake up in the snow, so I am far from out of this. Again, thank God for these, whoa, grabbing onto my pocket. Thank God for these roads. Alrighty, it's okay. Just to get to see a little something kind of neat on this trail, right? This would be a good spot for a random camp, actually. Good water source. Probably just set up here or something. God damn it, motherfucking shit, fuck. Just about lost my water. Oh. Why am I walking and talking and crossing? I'm more tired than I think, right? So I'm just not with it. Well, fell on my hip. Doesn't really matter as far as the water. I'm already soaked. Now I'm just a bit more cold. And then that thing, it dropped out of my pack as I stood up. It was almost gone. So that'd have been a pain in the arse. Oh my. Starting to get pretty weary, pretty tired. I gotta keep pushing though. I gotta go as far as I can. Absolutely. Oh, this part here doesn't look very nice, does it? Jesus Christ. I've never seen that happen. All right, let's line these two up. Well, how is that for losing the tip? I think it'll be okay as far as setting up my tent. I can just extend it out to match the other one, but well, that's gonna make it harder to hike the next, I don't know, 17, 18 kilometers for one thing. Son of a bitch, man. Just when I'm feeling half decent about things, right? I don't even know where the hell it went. It's downstream someplace, not that it matters. Fuck. Just motherfucking shit fuck. Can't put your guard down, man, not for a second. Well, my nice road kind of went away into a flat spot, and then it got still kind of easy to follow, but now it's starting to go away on me. Let's see if it becomes this little creek up here, so hopefully I can find it on the other side. Oh man, this rain is just unmerciful, relentless. Well, I found the road again. Now we're going through a marshy part, so that's a fun new wrinkle. And I can see the thing going up in the trees up over there, so still hammering ahead. All right, I'm looking back. You can see the fire got all this stuff across here too, but I am back in normal forest. This bodes well for setting up camp. Not sure how well it bodes for me bashing through trail, but hey, you know. It's about 6 o'clock. Sun goes down at 8:30, so I'll push as far as I can, right? Well, this would be a really cool view. The trail, this is a nice part. A lot of it I'm having to really bash, but it does look like, I mean, even this hasn't been hit by fire, so it looks like I'm out of the fire area. This is what it looks like ahead. This is what a lot of it is like. I checked distance. You know, that's not something you do on such a rough one like this, but I did now. 9.3 kilometers as the crow flies from the park boundary. 14 until Siffleur Falls. That 4.3 kilometer section, I've only got about 900 meters to go, and then it takes a little turn like that, and then it goes straight again for a long ways. Honestly, there's just a trail now. It's not really, like, you can kind of see that it was a road once, and there's a road that continues, but it shoots across Siffleur, so wouldn't want to be doing that. I'll have to be mindful, but I'm guessing that there's an obvious trail. It just has to make sure I take it, right? The first time I've seen any sign of anyone trying to random camp on this thing. Oh my. This is a pretty decent flat spot. I'm just not ready to stop yet. Right? This is actually the corner. And oh yeah, see? There and there. This is a legit corner. This is the intersection. And yeah, here's a pile of rocks basically saying, go that way. All right, well, like I said, I'm not ready to be done. I would, there's part of me that would absolutely stop, but no, I just want to go as far as I can. There is another point down there, which I'm not going to get to today. It's 7 kilometers. The trail on maps me anyway actually doesn't go to Siffleur Falls. It actually gets to something more solid at that 7 kilometer mark. Wouldn't that be cool if it was like a legit old logging road or something that's like even in better shape than this? Anyway, I've actually been making pretty good time the last 20 minutes, which is fantastic. Let's keep it going, keep powering forward. I'm happy to say things have just gotten better since the corner. I just made a bunch of good time. It was actually spread out nicely. Now it's gotten a little more narrow, and oddly, someone has come in and actually tried to help out this trail. But what they did was do 2 cuts and then just let things drop so that you still have to step over it, right? Look at this big cut, let it drop. Well, this one's too big really to move, but you can even still see some of the, this looks recent. This looks somewhere in the last couple of years. But yeah, cut, let it drop. Like, thank you, I guess. It makes things easier, but we're gonna go to the trouble to cut things. Why not pick them up and move them? Anyway, that's the first time I've seen any attempt at all at helping this trail. So I don't mind that at all. It does seem like things are slowly getting better as I head to Highway 11. And again, right? Cut, drop. Cut, drop. More up here. I just had to put this on video, like, look at all the work that was done. And look at the sawdust. This might be this year. Somebody still gives a crap about this trail, because this is a ton of effort. Like, look at all this. Like I said, they left everything there for me to step over, but it is still like making my life so much easier. Even if you just like to throw all this stuff off the trail now, even that would be a bunch of work. They did so much cutting. So I wonder if that was Alberta Forestry or if that's just some trail angel, trail guardian. I don't know, but excellent work. Like, Look at it all. It's just so much. Expended a boatload of fuel, I'm sure. Wow. Look at that. For all I know, there's already a bunch of snow in Dolomite Pass, so. Despite the craziness of today and still uncertain about what's going to happen tomorrow when I remember how much snow is going to fall, I probably made the right decision by not trying to go through Dolomite Pass. This is looking back. I'm thrilled to say that this thing opened right up, got nice and big and wide, and I have been hammering distance off. So since I left that corner, like at first it was on the at first it was going through the forest and stuff, and you know, I showed you all the cuts and stuff that guy made, which, oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And now it's just, look at this, like, so I've been just gleefully running forward, but now it's about an hour until sunset. So I do need to start thinking about, I mean, I don't want to stop, right? I'm making great time right now, but I do need to start thinking about making camp so I can get some dinner into me and set up my tent and everything before it gets dark. Well, things opened up for a second here. I just had to stop and take a shot of this. It's just spooky looking. The rain finally let up about half hour ago. Look at these guys. 1, 2, 3 of them. Yeah, it's almost creepy. All right, it's like 7:51. I've been dealing with a lot of soggy parts, a lot of swampy. It would be a pain in the butt if my feet weren't soaked already. Most of the time I've just been tramping right through it, right? So, got to take advantage of whatever flat, hard part of the trail there is. I think this is going to be, I mean, there's no way to do it off the trail, right? I mean, what are you going to do in there? So it's going to be right on the trail. And now that I've stopped walking, the clock is ticking because I'm going to get cold. So yeah, get some hot supper going as best I can. Get the tent up. And then it's like, okay, get all the damn clothes off. Get into the warm sleeping bag. Oh my God, that'll be amazing. In the meantime though, I'm just gonna get colder and colder every minute that goes by. All right, got food down my throat. Oh. It's about as good as I know how to set up this tent. So as you can hear, probably from my tent, it's raining again. I'm glad I took the time to shove some dinner down my throat. It certainly does help to get hot food. I just got to set up the inside, and I mean, everything's wet, so it's almost like awkward doing that because, like, I'll probably leave my sleeping bag in the vestibule. It's soaked. And all it's gonna do is like get my sleeping bag wet and everything, so. Well, I'm in bed, warming up. One of the most uncomfortable things about a rain day is like peeling all those clothes off. It's so cold, oh man. And I mean, you don't wanna start putting dry stuff on until that wet stuff is gone because, all right, it'll just spill over into the dry stuff. So yeah, and in the morning too, when I have to put all that stuff back on, and I do, most of it I have to put back on. right? I don't have a spare set of pants. I don't have a spare light jacket. I don't have spare set of shoes, right? All dry. No, hell no. Put the wet stuff back on. The last 2 or 3 hours, I made great progress. So that, oh man, that was excellent. I probably made at least 8 kilometers, and that's a lot in this crap, right? Because the first little while, oh man, I did not get far. It definitely, the worst part is by the boundary. The farther you go towards Highway 11, the better it gets. So, I am showing 10 kilometers until the bridge over North Saskatchewan. So maybe I have like 12 kilometers left. So I should be able to get out of here tomorrow. Which is good, right? I mean, again, I could wake up to a bunch of, like, you can hear the clacky clack of snow, of ice, Jesus Christ, of rain right now. But that's better than the puh, you know, the light little poof, poof, poof of snow. So I don't mind the sound of rain. That's okay. Otherwise, you never know, man. This is the mountains. I could wake up to a foot of snow. So if I don't, fantastic. I'll get my ass out of here. And then it's a matter of getting back around in my car somehow. And then it's a matter of getting dry. Getting some pizza into my belly. Oh my God, I'm allowing myself to think that far ahead. I am. All right. Good night.